stress, no mundane. It's all gas, no mundane.
Welcome back to another interview with All Gas, No Monday. You know what time it is. It's Monday, Motivational Monday. But we treat every day like what? Like it's a Friday. I got definitely a special guest today. We go way back since 2013, always 16 brag days. Um, she has been very accomplished ever since we met back up. She's been prior drill sergeant, prior instructor for AIT, and now she's stationed here at Fort Riley with me, and now she's the NCOIC at the EOD S1. I want to present to you Sergeant First Class Rika Ryder.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Oh yeah, glad to have you. You know,
Glad to be here.
it's been a minute since we linked up.
I know
Yep.
it's hard to find time in the schedules, man.
Oh
But
yeah.
thank goodness for half days. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The holiday schedule, holiday block leave. Well, you see, we're the only ones still at work. We still got our uniform on, but we're still trucking. But we ain't gonna let that stop us. So, you know, glad I got you here today. You know, I definitely gotta ask you a few questions. You know, so I'm gonna start you off right.
Hope
So,
it ain't nothing too hard. Let's see.
man, you know this ain't hard. Yeah. So, question number one: what's the real reason most soldiers shouldn't stay in the army past their first contract?
Should not.
Yes, should not.
I don't know about that because I encourage the whole time. But it is a little bit different for new soldiers coming in because we get to retire at 20. You hear me? They gotta retire at 20 and wait till they
Yeah.
old to get their money. So I guess that would for me would be a case by case. Like if the military is something you truly love, enjoy, or really if you just don't have any other plans, I suggest staying until you have a solid plan on transitioning out into the civilian world. That's me personally. Um, so if you already have a plan, you got something in mind, and like it's set, you know for a fact that after your first contract is up, you have something waiting for you lined up that's going to put you in a better position than where you are in the military. Go for it. I'm not one of those people that's the army is end all be all. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you don't have a plan, stay until you get one.
Yeah.
Right? That would be my answer for that. If you got something going, go for it. Get after it. If not, I say hold on as long as you can.
Oh yeah. I totally agree. Like, I'm not against speaking, not staying in the army. Most time I tell soldiers, you know, especially being here on Fort Riley, a lot of them, this their first duty station away from home.
Yeah.
And a lot of them be like, man, this is what the army really about. I said, no, just make, this is not what the army is about. Sometimes your first duty station might not be the best duty station, but I always tell them to do another contract. So that way you make sure you guarantee if the army is for you or not. And then if it's not, then ETS, make sure you take full benefits of it when you are in this uniform. Because once you take it off, it's on you. You know, so you have to take full advantage of it.
And become a part of the real world,
Yep.
as we call it.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to lie, the army is pretty easy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Especially when I hear about like my civilian friends and what they got to do for work.
Yep. And
You don't work, you don't get paid.
yep. And then
No weekends off.
yeah, and then we have so many 4 days. It's like we don't even work that long in a month. You know, so
Yeah, I think that's a good one too. If y'all are going to duty stations such as Fort Riley, the place that people say it is nothing to do here.
Yep.
Find something. Find a solid circle. You don't need many, just a solid one.
Yep.
And make the best out of the situation as possible. Like, that makes a difference. So don't let places like this be a reason to be like, oh yeah, I'm ready to get out. Like, give the Army a chance, because you could get some very good locations too. But always, like, for me, honestly, Fort Riley ain't that bad to me, honestly. It's not, I'm serious. It's not like, I'm not a partier. I don't go out anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 34 years old, y'all. I'm up there, okay? So I'm not a clubber. If I do go out, maybe a bar, but I'm more so like a kickback or home party, whatever may have you, whatever you want to call it. That's my preferred group activity if it's something of that nature. But like, I also travel. I think people feel like they supposed to step out their backyard and it's supposed to just be something to do.
Yeah.
Now I will say, as far as convenience, it's not like in South Carolina, literally you could go somewhere in 5 seconds. Everywhere was right there. There go a gas station, a Walmart, another Dollar General, another, like, as far as stuff like that goes, it was there. Out here, it's a little spaced out.
You in the
know?
wilderness. All right,
We
let's
got
just put it like that.
We got what? One Walmart, or is it two?
Well, we got one Walmart that's in JC, and then you
Yes.
gotta go another 20-some minutes to go to Manhattan in the college town in K State.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of spread out here. And then if you want to go to a major big city, KC, that's about
2
two
hours.
2 hours. So it's if you come here, it's very just put in your mind that a lot of stuff is far out. So we don't want to steer you wrong, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Fort Riley, I guess, isn't that bad, but surround yourself with people that like positive people. Make sure
For sure.
make sure you don't want to get in trouble here because it's a small base, right? And your career could end short here, so we don't want that to happen. So
Right.
make sure you stay positive, and then like I said, we older, so we don't really party like that. If we do anything, we do something at the house. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Yep.
But also positive. That's another good one.
Hmm.
Be around positive people. Be around people that have been given this hand and they making the best out of it. If you tend to hang around people that, oh, this place sucks, I hate it here, don't want to put in the work effort, all they want to do is like do crazy stuff on their off time, stay away from people like that, because it is such thing as wrong place, wrong time, wrong people, right? You may have not even been doing anything wrong, but you're now in trouble by being around a situation that caused problems. So try to get positive people everywhere you go to.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree on that too. Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
For sure.
Yeah, so the next question I got for you, since you being a prior drill sergeant, right? What's the one thing drill sergeants lie about that soldiers find out the hard way?
Something we lie about?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's more of a recruiter question. I don't think we
What?
the recruiter.
Man, I mean,
I-
okay. Okay, you want to put it that way. Some things we have to twist a little bit, but when I was a recruiter, I try to be as much truthful as I can. A lot of stuff these soldiers have to experience when they get through in the Army, right? I just tell them what I've been through in the military and what the military has done for me as far as benefits and, helping my family and everything out. So, I mean, do we lie sometimes? Yeah. That
Yeah.
comes with the territory. So,
yeah, y'all be lying.
yeah, I mean, sometimes we do, but I mean, we have to accomplish the mission, right? I always place the mission first, right? Ain't that one of the?
We had a a soldier bring an Xbox to basic
Oh
training.
no, I ain't say none of all that. I ain't say bring no Xbox.
We had a soldier bring an Xbox to basic training, and he said, "My recruiter said I'll be able to play when
Oh,
we done."
oh no, I never told enlistee that.
Yo,
No, I never told
we
enlistee
have
that.
had some crazy stuff being told, but I feel like, as a drill, it's such a work relationship that it's not really much you can lie about. I know, like, I know some people lie about their experiences. Like, I've heard
Yeah.
some of the drills lie about, like, some of their experiences, things of that nature. Like, saying that they got shot, and like crazy stuff like that. Like, but it's more so joking, I guess, to kind of scare them a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't know, but I mean, the only thing that I could say that I withheld information. I won't say I lied, but like for me being a 42 Alpha, I'm human resource, so I never told my trainees my MOS until the end of the cycle because I didn't want that my MOS to be a representation of who I was as
Yeah.
a drill because, you know, people hear human resource, they think, oh, they don't do nothing.
Nothing,
They don't
yo.
know nothing. They're not tactical.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I had one person guess my correct MOS. Like, I got all kinds of stuff like MOP,
Yeah.
MP,
MP. Yeah.
some type of infantry, because of how I carried myself, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as like just lying, nah, I can't say that I did that. But I've seen it be done, or like they might tell them like, "Hey, trainee, you know what's gonna happen to you when you leave here? You going to war?" Like, it might be crazy stuff like that, but I mean, in a sense, depending on where they go, they wasn't lying. You might deploy depending on where you go. So I just think based on the relationship of it just being work, like a work train environment, you really don't have the time to have that real like one on, and it's so many of them.
Oh yeah.
You working with like 200 soldiers at a time, 60 something per platoon. So it's not a lot of one-on-one until towards the end, like when they about to graduate, where you can be a little bit more personable. But at that point, they just want to know like
Yeah.
what the army is gonna
About,
be like.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah, that's true hard facts right there.
yeah.
That's definitely true hard facts. So
They want to know stuff like, do we really do PT every day? Like, yeah.
yeah,
We
why
got-
you think you doing it at basic training now? So you
That-
can get your mind frame ready. So when you step into the real army or your first duty station, you already have your mind. Okay, I got PT every day
Yeah.
at 6:30.
So
You know what I'm saying? Because I
that's-
know at basic training it's earlier. It's like at
Yes.
5 something.
Yes.
You know, so
But that's like the kind of stuff they be wanting to know towards the end, like what their units are gonna be like and stuff
okay,
like that.
okay. That's that's honesty. So what rank humbles people the fastest and why?
I say E5, easy.
Oh yeah, that transition from, that workhorse to now you're being a manager. Yeah, I definitely can attest to that one.
Not only that, you're becoming a supervisor of your peers. If you don't get to be in a position to move units after you get promoted,
Mm-hmm.
you then become the supervisor of your friends. And this is actually something that I talked to one of my E4s about. I told her, hey, listen, you're E4 promotable. Meaning, once you get to where you need to be for points, you'll be promoted. So where you're going next, make sure you are paying attention to your peers and what type of people they are. If you see that those are people that don't like to work, don't like to show up, just are not great at soldiering,
Mm-hmm.
be very mindful of the type of relationship you build with them right then and there. Because, like as your battle buddies, you coming up in the ranks, y'all start to share personal information and all this and that. Like,
Yeah.
and I gave her an example, like, you might not, just don't give them no dirt on you,
Oh
because
yeah.
when it's your turn to be in charge of that same soldier that don't like to work, don't like to do PT, come up with excuses not to be there, you have now become their boss, and now they know everything about you
About you. Yep.
personally. So now it's like, hey, you better come to work. You ain't been here. And remember when y'all was both E4s and you might have told them that you might have stepped out on your relationship or something. And now
Yep.
they might say, now they got something over you, like, oh,
Yeah.
you made me come to work. You want to give me an Article 15? Well, how about I tell everybody this or everybody that? So
Yep.
I was like, just be mindful of the company you keep, especially at that promotable status, because you could be an NCO tomorrow.
Yep.
So prepare. Like, I like to be a proactive person. So I always plan to be their boss off rip. So don't put yourself in a situation where you don't have power anymore and they can take that power away from you, to include relationships, intimate ones, right? Um, just hey, just hold it down and see where you at. You know, granted
Yep.
y'all get that little year to figure it out, but just be mindful. Because that was a hard one for me, thinking like, oh, because we're cool, like this person is gonna show up for me at work, like, and I got quite the opposite. Like, I was like, yeah, like they was like that under that leadership, but like this my boy, like we were cool, so he gonna really like do his big one for me when I asked. No, he gave me the same work ethics he had prior to me being his boss, and here I am thinking, off the strength of the love and care we had for each other, that would carry over to him having that love and care to be like, okay, I'm gonna just do it just because we are friends outside of this. And it just did not transition that way, and we had the bump heads a couple times before we had that work balance, and then it kind of did make me fall off. But at this point, this was me going from E5 to E6 though. We were both E5s together, but it kind of made me scale back a little bit on the personal side of with him. But yeah, so just being mindful of, just really, I guess you can really say any rank where you with your peers and now you become their boss, it can be a challenge.
Yeah. It's definitely a challenge because now you got the NCO stripes on, so you have to transition your mindset. Now I'm an NCO. Now I have to take care of these soldiers. You have to abide by the non-commissioned officer creed, right? And when I had the stripes on, I took that to heart. I tried to make sure I took care of the soldiers. Their welfare was very precious to me over my well-being. So you can't take that for granted. So like I said, the biggest part was, how can I say, yeah, you had friends that y'all were both E4s, now you E5. Sometimes that transition, they can't transition from the personal, they can't separate the personal from the business aspect of, now you're a NCO, you're a leader now. And that's where we get the mix up, and that's where we had a confusion at. And a lot of times, so, well, I know when we was E4, we was doing that. Yeah, man, that was when we was E4s. Now I'm an E5. Like, now I'm your boss. You got to be able to be able to know that transition. You got to be able to be like, okay, they're NCO now, so I have to respect that. Cause I'm gonna give you the same respect when you pin on the stripes, right? It's all about the respect. So I definitely can attest to that too as well.
And if you see they ain't respecting it, you gotta cut off everything personal.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everything personal gotta go. Don't care how cool y'all was outside of it,
Yeah.
because that mean they can't respect your career and where you going. That's your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? So if they can't respect something that feeds your family and feeds you,
Mm-hmm.
that ain't a friend anyway.
Yeah.
Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut it.
Cut it. Hey, so that's crazy. This question is crazy. So, what's the most toxic Army myth that keeps getting passed down?
I went through it, so you gonna go through it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a big one.
Because it was hard for me. I'm gonna make it
It's
hard,
hard for you.
That
Yeah.
is so crazy to me. No, it sucked for me, so I want to make it better for me and for you. Like, but I think that is the problem. Like, people don't realize. Like, well, I say this. I think people can carry that on because what they're doing to their soldiers don't necessarily affect them because they're not in the fight with the soldier, if that makes sense. Like, say for instance, you have an NCO that's making y'all come in at early 08, leaving 1900, but they coming in 09. They leaving 1630. Like, it's not nothing that really would affect them, but it affects you, so it sucks for you. And they say, well, that's how we were done.
Yeah,
Like,
came up in the Army. Yep.
nah. I mean, but I do feel like, I feel like this. If you make the work environment better for your soldiers, it in turn becomes better for you. You make it suck for them, it's gonna suck for you. Like, that's how I feel. If you really are being an NCO, right? Because I'm not gonna leave before my soldiers leave. Period. Whatever they gotta do, I'm there with them. I'm not about to be the first one out the office. I'm not. Ever. So, and I do see a trend with some NCOs coming up in the ranks. They're not doing that. Like, they out of here before the soldier, coming in after the soldier, at work less than the soldier, and it's like, yo, you cool? But I think that's a big one. And then people, the second one would be people not being able to adapt to changing army.
Oh
And
yeah.
wanting to continue to go back.
To the old Army. Yep.
Yes, like, and in a sense, I say, this is where I be, like, I'm Army old enough to have seen the changes, but to know what it was before the changes and to understand both sides of, like, for example, the new grooming standards, the new ABCP,
Yep.
all of that. Like, I'm old enough to understand, like, why it went back to that way, but I'm still young enough to be like, dang, I do kind of wish we still had a little bit more individuality, but I also understand because I had to correct so many people. Like, the nails, the beards,
Yeah.
like, if everybody would have stayed within regulation, and that comes to knowing the regulation, a lot of leaders did not correct it because they just did not know. They did not care to open up the regulation to read, to know what to correct. So everything kept getting passed down. Like,
Yep.
I would correct the soldier as an instructor. You got the instructors and then drills. I would correct the soldier at the schoolhouse that came from the drill sergeant. And they'll tell me, well, my drill sergeant ain't say nothing was wrong with it. And at that point, you can't go back and forth with the soldier, throw your battle buddy under the bus. You just be like, all right, Soldier Roger, move on.
Yep.
And then now I have to go address, like, not even address, but figure out if that's even true. Because sometimes they do be lying. They'll say, oh, my drill sergeant said it was okay. And then I talk to the drill sergeant, and the drill sergeant say, I told them to take that out the other day. Now they getting the counseling statement. So, just changing. Like,
Yeah. The Army.
the Army's changing, and you have to adapt whether you like it or not, right? Like,
Yep. That's what I say. Either adapt or get out. You got some of these old. I ain't gonna say no name, but you got some of these old sergeant majors. Well, back in my day, I used to do this sergeant major. We in 2025 going on 26. You
everything
gotta
different.
learn to adapt. I mean, the Army is steadily evolving. That's what happens when the years pass by. They steady evolving. Hell, I done been through 2 uniforms and even 3 service uniforms. That should tell you but I gotta learn how to adapt. If it comes time for me and I don't want to adapt, that means I just gotta get out. And I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. You gotta be able to sit down and just know like, hey, I can't adapt. I have to get out. And you just gotta know when it's your time. Don't be in the army till you're old and crusty. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to get out this army on your own terms. And it's okay to retire because we're not gonna wear this uniform forever. That's why we have to train up these younger, like I said before, these younger leaders coming up so that way they could take our place. And that way we know we left a lasting impact on these soldiers that's coming up. And we're proud to be like, man, I taught that soldier, I mentored that soldier. Like, that's what it's all about. It's all about reaching down and pulling somebody up with you. That's what it's all about.
Facts.
Yep, definitely big facts.
So yeah, them two y'all.
Yep. Also, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. We're gonna talk about when you was in drill song, right? So, what's the dumbest thing a trainee said with full confidence?
They say a lot of unintelligent things, man. Just simply from not knowing too. So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that Xbox thing was up there for me, man. Thinking that they could play their game after they were done training for the day. I think
Boy.
that was up there. It's really, I mean, I can't really say just because they don't know nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I done had some soldiers that I want to know how did they make it through
Through
MIPS.
MIPS, yep.
Like, as far as their mental goes, because they was saying some crazy stuff. Like, we had a trainee just walking by the drill sergeant photos doing this. Like, but he was about to be chaptered out, so it was like, they ain't really mess with him. Like, he getting out, so, like, he was just
doing it,
sitting
yeah.
in the middle of the CTA in Indian style, like, everybody standing up, like, just weird, bro. Like,
Yeah.
so I've seen more, like, I say mental cases versus, like, unintelligent questions. I say that. Like,
Yeah, because it has evolved a lot because when I came through, man, they was like on us like sharks, like fresh blood in the water. You know what I'm saying? So,
I hope they go back to that.
yeah, they need to because they knew age told them, I hate to tell y'all, y'all a little bit different.
I made at least one soldier cry cycle, y'all. I made it my mission to at least make one of them.
Nah, don't do that.
Oh, no, for sure. Yes, for sure. Had to shed a tear.
Yeah.
But it was like, our generation, we were yelled at, probably a little bit beaten. You know what I'm saying? Probably abused a little bit for us.
Yeah.
So now you got a whole new generation of the gentle parenting, I don't want to yell at my kids. So we were getting a lot of kids that never even got yelled at before. So even just the yelling or having them do something like pushing them physically to do
to their limitations.
Yes, like they were crying. You know what I'm saying? So it was like different, like either from the yelling or from having to push themselves outside of what they've ever done before. But I do hope they go back to making it a little bit tougher. Because our hands were tied as drill sergeants a lot. Like,
Yeah.
what you had to watch what you say, how you say it, and corrective training. You could only do a certain amount of repetitions. I remember getting corrective training till I felt like I couldn't even breathe. You hear me?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, them drill sergeants, man. I'm telling you, when I was coming up, they didn't play like you was in the DFAC and If you had like we was allowed to get one, one suite. Man, one dude had two. This female drill sergeant, she said, "Hey, come here, private." She grabbed that. She said, "Hey, how many suites I took? You allowed to get? One drill sergeant? Yeah, one." Took it and ate it right in front of everybody. Everybody was looking like, "Oh my goodness."
Yeah, that's
And
another thing. Like defect procedures.
hmm
You gotta let them eat what they want to eat. You cannot dictate what they put on their plate. That's another one. So if they want to if they get to that salad bar where they can control their own portions,
yeah,
they go crazy. So like we couldn't tell them like, hey, you can't have this, you
yeah.
can't have that. Even with the ice cream. Oh, now that made me think about something.
What's that?
That is something we did lie about y'all as groups. We told them they could not have no ice
Ice
cream.
cream, yeah.
Well, we told them the ice cream machines didn't work.
Work,
We
yeah.
didn't tell them they couldn't have
Almost
it.
like McDonald's.
Yes, we was like, those ice cream machines don't work, Trinities. Don't even go touch
Yeah,
it. Just go right past it. So, like, that was our way of keeping them from eating it without telling them they can't eat it. We just told them it didn't work to keep them from eating a lot of ice cream. But, like, towards the end when they were done with their ACFTs at the time, like their final one, and pretty much forwards, all that stuff was over with. Go for it, go crazy.
oh yeah, they especially family day. They go, oh, I
Go,
want to go to Texas Roadhouse. I
go
want to go to
crazy.
Raising Cane's. I want to eat it all.
For
Cause
sure.
cause that's their first time getting all posts. I remember my first time, like, yeah, when I was coming through basic training, it's like,
And they tell you not to eat nothing bad because it's going to make your stomach hurt.
oh
It's going
yeah,
to make mine hurt.
oh yeah, that defect food is something different though. Trust me, if you ain't never had it before, hey, you need to try it. Hey, come back and come in that section and tell me how that defect food tastes. Cause ooh, it's
And another thing, how we used to, like, the last person that sit down in your row, like, the next row got to get up.
oh yeah, I
They
remember
don't,
that
we
one.
don't do
Yeah.
that no more either. You got to
Oh
bare
man.
minimum give all soldiers 15 minutes to eat. So we'll just have everybody stay standing until the last person get to the table.
Yeah.
Have them take a seat and then give that table 15 minutes from there to make it even fair across the board. But
Yeah.
man, I feel like some days I probably had 5 minutes to eat.
Yeah. I remember.
We can no longer do that either. So.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I went through that
And
phase and basically
phones, they get their phones every week, y'all. 2 times a week.
I didn't get my phone. They took my phone day one. You know when I got my phone back?
When you
Family Day.
dang, you didn't even get one.
Man, I had like 300 missed calls, at least 200. I take that back. I had 200 missed calls, at least 300 text messages. That's how long I had
We
my
got to
phone.
get our phone. Well, we didn't get to get. I'm lying. We didn't get our phone, but we had the pay phone, y'all. We had to call on the pay phone.
Yeah,
And
but you only get 2 minutes to talk.
that's it. But I still got to talk. When they phase
Yeah.
over, we had to call home. Hey, we made it to the
Yeah.
next phase. We alive. Love you. Bye.
Yep, that's it. And then they got a little script right here you got to read, and you got to read off the A, blah, blah, blah. Bam, that's it. Hang up the phone.
That's it.
That's it. I'm for real. That's
Man.
it.
But that's a part of being able to adapt
Yep.
to the change, man.
Change, yep. Because it's basically, transition your mind from that civilian mindset to now
I
military.
think it's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, it could be.
Because
Yeah.
some of them soldiers would get a phone call and it'll recharge them. Some of them will get a phone call and it'll demotivate them because they done heard bad
Yep.
news. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I had a soldier brother got shot. Like, all calls weren't good calls. So, but some, I say good and bad, but I do feel like 2 times a week is a little OD in basic training for sure.
Yeah, especially like they in basic training. That's not the right time to give them. I know you have to tell them at some point, but tell them in a letter. Don't tell them over the phone because now they're shell shocked. And now they're not going to be focused on the mission at hand, right? And the mission at hand is to finish your basic training and go on and do your job training. So yeah,
I feel like 1 week was cool, but when they moved it to 2,
yeah,
like goodness,
yeah,
y'all want these folks? They might as well just be on a reality show. They get to tell them
yeah,
everything they doing
yep,
every couple days.
exactly. So when you was a drill sergeant, right? Drill sergeant duty, did it make you love or hate the army?
Love.
Love, okay.
It was love hate. I say love hate.
Love, hate.
Um, and it definitely made me a better NCO because I got to deal with so many soldiers, and I got to see different situations and how to fix them or where to put them in the right direction. Versus had I never had those many soldiers, I might have not had those many issues to troubleshoot to figure it out. Versus now, like it's not very many things that come across me that I don't know how to solve now. Um, the the hate was definitely the hours, man. Working sixty
Oh
seven
yeah.
day weeks, no 4 days, like no weekends, like
Dang, yeah, that's rough.
I'm going to work when it's dark. I'm coming home when it's dark. You hear me? Like
Mm-hmm.
that was the tough part. And then your battle buddies. Not everybody want to see you win,
Oh yeah.
and that was the job that I learned that like. Cause prior to that, I was more so in HR companies, so people were more helpful. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
didn't mind. Like, oh, you don't know how to do this? Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? And then with me being a staff sergeant, I learned the dog eat dog world of I want to see you do good, just not better than me.
Yep.
Because of the eval, like
Yeah, you got a
only
lot of
one of
people
us
like
can
that.
be number one, and that job showed me that to the fullest. Like literally, a lot of backstabbing, a lot of
Yep.
don't worry about it. I got it. You ain't got to worry about it. One, me not knowing certain things, because honestly, the academy doesn't prepare you for what you're going to do on the trail. Like, it'll give you an idea, a picture, but it doesn't really teach you what's going to happen when you become a drill sergeant. So, coming in, trying to learn, and then, like, me shadowing people, like, hey, like, what can I do here? Like, how can I help? And then they'll be like, oh no, don't worry about it, I got it. But then they'll go to somebody else and say, oh, she ain't want to help. What? And I'm finding this out like weeks later, and now I go back and I'm like, yo, like what was that about? Like I asked you like what could I help with? You told me you got it. You told me you good, right? And this guy told me, I mean, at the end of the day, you a staff sergeant. So, I mean, I figured
Wow.
if you wanted to help with something, you would. How can I help? I don't know what I'm helping with. I'm asking you, like, show me this, show me that, and you telling me I got it, I got it. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, okay, like, I'm watching, I'm learning, like, and really you trying to backstab me to make me look a certain way
Yep.
when that wasn't the case at all. Like, that was the job I learned. Well, not the job I learned. Yeah, I said it right. That was the job that I learned how people are when it comes to not really wanting you to do better than them because we're getting rated against
Against
each
each
other.
other.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So versus I always been the person like if I know it, I want to help. Like if you do it better than me, you do it better than me. Like
Yep.
that's it.
But yep.
But that was not the job for that, and I learned it was different MOSs, different background. So you learn some MOSs don't care about each other, don't want to help each other, and they bring that over into the drill world. So when they say drilling is about it, you're not gonna not like the job because of your trainees. It's gonna be the people you work with, and that is 100% accurate.
Yep.
Like it was very rewarding seeing your trainees become civilians transition to soldiers.
Soldiers. Yep.
That was extremely rewarding. I loved it. But them co-workers, them peers,
Yeah.
they made it hard, man.
Yes. Yes.
I hated that.
Yeah. Sometimes peers they could be your sometimes your best friend or your worst enemy, right? a lot of them, not saying all of them, right? I'm just speaking in general. Some of them will, you know, they'll pretend like they have your back, but they don't, right? A lot of them are eval chasers. They doing it for the eval, so they can get the glory and everything. If you perform how you supposed to perform, your eval is gonna do all the work for you.
Exactly.
You don't have to, backstab somebody just to, oh, I want the top block, all that. Man, we all stab someone. We get raped amongst each other, right? So at the end of the day, you know, whatever you got your rater, they're speaking on your performance. You got your senior rater, that's speaking on your potential. So my senior rater is going to speak on whether or not he or she thinks I should get, excuse me, promoted to the next rank. So,
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my answer.
oh
Loved it.
yeah,
It was a love-hate relationship for sure.
okay, oh yeah, I get it. Like I said, I never experienced, being a drill sergeant. Like I
But
said,
was it like that with recruiters? Or
um,
y'all helped each other more?
well, in my station, in Texas, we had a little family culture atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we agree to disagree, right? I mean, that's what any family, but we had it to where we helped each other out, and we had goals we wanted to accomplish. Like, hey man, can you switch this person out? Blah blah blah, this and that. All that recruiter lingo. But we helped each other out. Like
Yeah.
if one person was like, hey Amos, I need you to do the packet. I was like, okay, too easy. I'll do the packet because I was HR. I know how to do with
Yeah.
paperwork, and so I was real quick at it. And so they would rely on me for like HR information, and I was basically like the HR personnel in the office.
Yeah.
And so they relied on me a lot when it came to that aspect of my MOS. So we helped each other out. We didn't try not to backstab each other. We was like one big family. We was one big dysfunctional family. Like, but it was a good experience that I can't take away. That I say the Army. I was truly blessed to be in that type of special assignment. Yeah.
Yeah. If you do get to be a drill man and y'all do have good working relationships, it's a blessing for
Yeah.
sure. I got mine on the back end when the people that was there when I first got there got up out of there. Like that's when I did kind of experience like everybody was helping, but I was a part of that culture. When I seen a new drill come in, I let them know everything I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't do them how I was done.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. But they say reach one, teach one. That's what you gotta
Okay.
do. That's what you
Man,
definitely gotta do.
it was rough.
Yeah. So speaking on that, right? Uh, we talked about your drill sergeant experience. Now we're gonna go into a little bit about you, right? So, what's something male soldiers would never understand about being a female NCO?
Mm, I say that's kind of tough. Cause I want to be as political as possible here. I feel like, um, and I really can't speak on this, so I guess because I'm not a single parent, but I will say, well, okay, so I got two things. So I speak on the first one where I feel like I can speak. I feel like, um, just I'm trying to see how to word it, man.
Take your time.
I feel like it's a little bit easier alpha males in a sense than females. My personal opinion, not saying that this is true or not true. And because the military is a
Male.
male dominated field, right? So you're always gonna be outnumbered by males, right? And just human nature, no matter what type of woman you are, whether you're an alpha female or a beta, right? It doesn't really matter because you still, even as an alpha female, won't understand what a man goes through, right? No matter what, like, and a man won't understand what a woman goes through. So there is a disconnect in that aspect. Like, what I enjoy to do, what I enjoy doing on a day to day might not be what he enjoys doing on a day to day. You know what I'm saying? And I am more of a alpha female, definitely more of a masculine presenting female. So even though I might do a lot of male things, or what you could consider male things, I can't even say male things, but I'll just say, like, I like sports. I like video gaming. I like just chilling. Like, I do have, I think it was, I don't know, I was watching a comedy special where it was like men have a box that they go into and they don't gotta talk, they don't gotta do nothing, like they just cool being there, and women don't necessarily have that because they always thinking about, okay, what I gotta do now, what I gotta do later, what I gotta do tomorrow, what I gotta do next week, what I gotta do for this. Like, I have that box, y'all. Like, I get in that box too. So, but even with me sharing those common traits with males, we still have different thought processes. And I just feel like sometimes it just don't correlate. So you might not have the same connection with the male that you would with the female. And like I said, with it being mostly males, they might not understand you per se as a woman.
Yeah.
And then I will say, from my experience, what I've seen, again, this is not my experience, but from what I have seen and having soldiers that went through this, is single mothers. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of men who have children normally have a wife that takes care of a lot of that stuff. And even when I had a soldier that was married, like same household, everything, I had an NCOIC that was hounding me to hound her about why she could never show up for work, never could be at work because her daughter has to be out, whatever.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, she's not a single parent. A father is there. Why they don't split the time, right?
Yeah.
When the child has to be out for a week, meaning the mother has to be out for a week. And, I'm trying to understand, get the nitty gritty of what's going on with the situation, because, again, I'm being hounded, so now I kind of got to hound you a little bit. And she just broke down crying, y'all, and she showed me the text message, and the husband basically said, my job is more important than yours. You got an office job, like, you ain't even an NCO yet. Like, you still working on becoming an E5. I'm already there. I got soldiers I got to take care of. I got this, I got that. Like, if you not at work, they ain't gonna need you like they need me. Like, literally,
Yeah.
she showed me these messages, y'all, and that's where I was like, dang, like, even having a spouse, it can still be like you doing this alone in a
Yeah.
sense. And a lot of people look at you not being present versus this is why. Like, and I say that's another thing. Like, a lot of males don't really resonate with that. And now I'm not going, now listen now. I know it'd be a lot of finessing going on too now. I ain't gonna take away from that. But like, y'all literally, like, you see quarter slips from a military doctor. This ain't no soldier that's playing. Like,
Yeah.
and some people do have kids that are more sick than others. And I will say that's something that male soldiers aren't very sympathetic to. because they have most of the time a spouse taking care of all that. They don't have to. So they just look at the soldier ain't at work, they trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my two outlooks.
Well, my 2 cents on it, like I said, I'm not a female, so I can't resonate on, what the females go through, but I see single mothers out there that I applaud, coming to work early in the morning, PT, going to pick your child up from daycare, and then got to come home and cook for them. You're doing it all by yourself, so I definitely applaud the single mothers out there who grind hard every day, being a soldier, being a mom to their children. So that's my first thing. Second thing, I see women out here in these high positions, and I applaud them too because they're setting the bar high, right? For example, we got Sergeant Major Simmons, man. Sergeant Major Simmons, she give,
The standard.
yeah, she's the standard, and she
Exceed.
exceed the standard. Yeah, put her top block, MQ, because when I tell you this woman has been through tremendous hate, and she had to prove people wrong. I'm gonna tell you this: when I seen her go through Sergeant Major Academy and had cancer, and still was out there running half marathon or marathon, that's inspiration, and I wish I could get her on my podcast, and I wish I could talk to her right now. So if you listening to this, Sergeant Major Simmons, it will be an honor to interview you because I want to get your story out there because you motivated me. I'm getting older in the military, but I'm still trying to truck along, right? But that is inspiration for, first black female Ranger tab, and made the Sergeant Major Academy less than 20 years. That's awesome. If that ain't an inspirational story, I don't know what is. If that don't inspire you to get up every morning and treat every morning like it's Friday, then what are we doing here? That's what I'm saying. You have people in those positions and those higher rankings that's going out here setting the bar and continue to motivate other soldiers to come up through the ranks too as well. That is, I'm telling you, living proof of dedication. I'm telling you, for sure. You know, most definitely. Another question I have for you. What advice would you give young women joining the Army today?
That's a good one. What's that? I can't remember the name of the movie right
What's
now.
that?
The one with Kerry Washington.
Oh, with the women?
Yeah,
What's the name of it?
Something 8.
Yeah, 888?
There you
Yeah,
go.
the 888. Yeah,
Triple
yeah,
Eight.
yeah.
When she said, and y'all please, I know this quote is not probably spot on, but she basically said something along the lines of like they might have the opportunity. They're basically them don't being this just doing the standard like
Yeah,
will never be what you have to do. You have to exceed the standard just to be looked at
differently.
in equal eyes. Like you can't do what they do. You gotta be better than them.
Yep.
And I want to say that's a true statement. Unfortunately, still. So like I will say, y'all, I went to basic training, and of course, I was not a high school athlete, none of that. So I struggled with the run on the PT test. And let me tell y'all something. They called it fat camp for us, but it's really not called it. It's like
They call it remedial PT.
it's like the recovery. It's something for recovery.
We're in basic?
It's like where the broken people go. Like if y'all ever wondered what happened to them people that like fracture their hips and stuff like that, they go home. Yes, depending like if they have convalescent leave, but they come back
Right back, yo.
and they go through this program to make sure that they can return to basic training. So, when I got there, I met like people who had been there for like a month or two. Like, I'm not even lying, y'all. I feel so bad. Like, them folks was there for like a month trying to rehabilitate. So like they reassess them, have them do like certain PTs and trying to get them back to where they can reintegrate into wherever they left off from their injury, like whatever phase they were in. But so I had to call home because I had completed everything else for basic training except the run. Like, I just could not get it, y'all. And that was back when we had to run like 18:15. I mean, not 18:15, but 18:50, I think it was for me. I was in the youngest bracket at the time. I was 19. So, man, I called home. I, you know, trying to be strong. And then I had to tell my mom and my dad, like, hey, y'all, I'm not going to graduate basic. And that was hard for me because when I was disappointed in myself and just disappointed that I let them down in a sense. You know what I'm saying? But I just remember crying, and my drill sergeant came in, who's also a 42 Alpha. Her name is Drill Sergeant Hernandez. Can never forget that lady. But she came in there and she was like, hey, before you go out there, wipe your eyes. And she was like, you got another opportunity. This ain't the end for you. We're not sending you home. You're not getting chaptered out. This just give you a little bit more time to get where you need to be. And that's when she told me, like, don't let them see you cry ever. They already gonna look at you like, females are sensitive. They cry, they this, they that. Don't give them the pleasure of seeing that. Like, so I took that with me my whole military career, y'all. Like, I never ran from the smoke. Whatever challenges came my way, I took them head on. Like, the hard stuff I did not stray away from. If you want me to run a range, I'll run a range. You want me to be in a competition, I'll be in a competition. Whatever it is that was being asked of me, I never ran away from it. And definitely like when we building tents or moving gear, I'm doing all that. Like, I never was like, oh, like, I'm not gonna do this because I'm a girl. Like, I'm not strong enough. No, I'm trying to do everything I see my male counterparts do because I don't want to be looked at less than. Like, I want to be the equal too. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my best advice. Like, don't say you can't do something because you're a girl, in a sense, I would say. Like, everything that they do, you do it too.
Yep.
Don't expect any type of special treatments. And I made that even like once I became an NCO, even as a drill, like, where some of the females will be like, oh no, I can't carry that, I'm a girl. Oh, now you definitely carrying it. Get that to her right now. Let her get that. She got it. Now, I ain't saying no weights that's had their size, they can't carry it. Nah, not nothing like that. But the same amount of work that my males did, I had the same standard for my females and for myself. So that would be my advice to you.
Yeah, I mean, prime example, like when we was at Bragg, you struggled with the run, but you kept at it and you got better. Especially, we had runners like Chief Alonzo, Soren Allen, those guys, everybody that was at the 14 TSC that was like senior to us. Like, we just E4s. I was like a senior E4. But yeah, they were like mentors to us and helped us carve our careers and made way for us to where we are today. So we want to shout out those leaders, Al Weezy, I see you. Chief Alonzo, she retired CW4. But yeah, we came a long way. Trust me. If it weren't for those people, we wouldn't be standing there. Oh yeah, I can't forget about Chief Pringle. Yeah, she helped me out too. So yeah,
Man,
big
Son
time.
Porter.
Oh yeah, Masson Porter. Can't forget about her. Shout out to her. Um, who else? Shoot, who else we had?
Those were my biggest ones.
Yeah, your biggest ones. I think I worked with Masson Davis.
I ain't never
Yep.
get to work with him like that.
Yeah, he. Big shout out to him. Um, who else I work with? I think that's most of, but I don't want to forget anybody. But the whole 14 TSC when we was at Bragg. But shout out to everybody that helped me pay my career. To be where I'm standing at right now, and like just to see, some for class Ryder, she, you know, see where she was at, and when she got promoted E7, that made me feel proud. I was like, man, we doing big things in the Army. Yeah, we did it. So we made it. That's all I can say.
Especially when, it was some negativity saying, hey,
Oh yeah.
we wasn't gonna make it. You hear me?
Oh yeah, yeah. Block out the noise. That's what you
Man,
gotta do. Block out the noise, cause there's gonna be haters everywhere.
they tried to keep us from going to promotion boards with no reason
Yup.
behind it. And shout out to Allen for being that NCO that fought for us. Because he sent
Mhm.
us anyway.
Yep. And he's still doing good things. He got
Yeah.
his kids, his boys. He coaching in San Antonio, so he's still carrying that NCO leadership. Even now, he's a civilian. He retired. That shows you what the Army instilled in him, and he continues to pave the way for young kids coming up through this generation.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah, facts. Um, so another question. Um,
These are
what?
good questions.
Yeah. So, what kept you in when you were done mentally?
Hey, my leadership,
Oh yeah.
hands down. Allen, Masson, Porter, like, those were the
Hmm.
ones. Because of course, like my first couple years, I did have leadership that didn't really care for me. Based on like the way I talk, the way I
Carried yourself.
was,
Hmm.
like not, and it was never because of my knowledge. Like
Hmm.
that was never a thing. It was just personal things that I guess was not were not deemed professional, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I continue to be exactly who I am,
Oh yeah. Never.
right?
Yep.
I didn't I'm not gonna say I didn't change. Of course you change as you grow. You
Yeah.
grow, you change, and then you learn, okay, maybe in these settings I do have to turn it up a notch and be a
Yeah.
little bit more professional. But like overall I'm still myself, and the biggest part of that was him. Um because he was like, hey, and the word he used, y'all, he got on with this one, urbanized.
Yep.
We were a little bit too
Urbanized.
urbanized,
Yep.
and they did not like that, which
Hmm.
is why they gave us a hard time. Wanting you to conform to what they felt like was deemed to be
Professional.
professional
Yep.
or to be a leader, and but nothing that we were doing per se as soldiers were wrong. We showed up to work every day, PT every day. Like what you
Hmm.
need from us, we're here. Uh, Military bearing, like everything we had, like it was really just personal.
Yeah.
And like it got to a point where, and of course, you were private. I came in as an E1, y'all.
Dang.
I had nobody with a military background to tell me like what the army was like. I was the first one to do it. So
Hmm.
a lot of it was learning, and then with me being 19 when I joined, I was still fairly young. So um I just feel like I didn't know that I was getting done wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just know I didn't like how I felt, how was being treated. Then this being like my first time being this far away from home, like it was a lot mentally to deal with that, and then to know like every day you're coming in, you're trying your hardest, and it's somebody telling you like, why you sitting like that? Why you talk like that?
Yeah.
Why you walk like that? Why you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, this is me as a
Yeah.
person, which is why, like, when he came in and said, I've had bad soldiers, and y'all are not it. Like,
Yeah.
y'all really just getting picked on, really, because they don't like the way y'all
Yeah.
carry yourself in a sense. And once I had somebody to stand up for me and fight for me to basically just be given what I worked for, not even anything extra, y'all. Like, I had this leader that said, oh, she can't go to no schools. Why? I just I I don't like that she does not take her job serious. How? Now at this time we were doing casualty. We had assessments that we were taking. We were getting graded. We were going through doing like mock casualty reports. And y'all, I was so good at it. Like I was either like one or two. Like I was teeter-tottering one, two of the highest in everything that I was doing. So it was like, it's not a knowledge base. It's not that I don't take my job serious. So that was inaccurate information, just something to throw out there that just wasn't true. And so Alan was bringing up like, hey, she just took this assessment. She had the first highest. Then this one, she had the second highest. Right back here, she bounced up to the first highest. Look at these reports. She had no errors. Like, how is she not taking her job serious? And they had nothing. Like, it got to a point where they tried to file, it was either IG or EO. I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it might have been an IG complaint.
Yeah.
And they filed it on my behalf just because of how much this person was picking on me, y'all. I'm not lying. And that's enough to make, like, and then, like, a lot of people forget that you also have a personal life. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like, and my personal life was why I joined the military in the first place, to have a better life. So to still be trying to juggle my personal life on top of really somebody making my work life so difficult, I really didn't want to do it. And like just having somebody come in and fight for me, showing me like, boom, now
Yep.
I got an NCO that's helping me, like building me up, like as a person, like physically as a soldier. Like my downfall was my run. I was strong as ever. Like that was never a problem. I could max push up, max my sit ups, but that run,
Yeah.
alright. So like, but having that leader come in and help me build with that, and just be better, allowing me to go do whatever it is I wanted to do to help me progress in my career is what kept me pushing. And then like again, like your people around you. You might have leadership that sucks, but when you have people that you kind of make like your family, like, and I know a lot of people probably don't know what it means or what it could have meant to them. Like when we would sit after work or during the work and joke and talk about life, like that's what brought me into like, okay, I can have a family here too.
Yep.
They just not blood, but like we did have a very close relationship due to the division of our leadership. So
Yeah.
that made us close. So it made it like almost like family too. So that's what kept me pushing when it was mentally
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah. You got leaders like that I'm thankful for every day, that have a sense of knowing that we come from different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different states, so the culture is different everywhere, right? So I would say, like you said, never give up who you are, never change it, right? But only, how can I say it? Don't change it, but just kind of tweak it to where it can fit the Army just a little bit. Because if once you change yourself, then now you don't have an identity for yourself, right? And that's the problem with soldiers who get out the military, because this is all they know, right? And they don't have a sense of identity once they take this uniform off. They still barking orders, still using their rank. I'm like, hey, beside that rank is either retired or vet. You get what I'm saying? And so we had leaders in the 14th that looked out for us and looked out for our betterment. They seen the potential in us, so they stayed harder on us because they knew y'all are the future leaders coming up behind us. Y'all have to replace us. And I'm very thankful for that, because without them, the guidance that I know today, it wouldn't be possible, because they taught us, they mentored us, they cared for us like true NCO would. And that I could speak highly on that. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, for sure. That's one big up.
And if everybody can form, when
Hmm.
people like you come into the military, but they don't see anybody like you
Yeah,
be successful, then it don't really give them hope. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Um, like I've always had people say, "Oh, like talk about how I talk or how
Oh, me
I
too.
have slang or whatever."
Oh yeah, me too.
But when you have people that speak other languages and speak differently, or they are from like one of them real down south places that's a
Oh
little
yeah.
country or whatever, they don't say, "Hey, y'all need to fix how y'all talk." So it's
Oh,
like,
I got all the time. Oh, you talk kind of slow, and you got a deep voice, and you monotone. I mean, I can't help the way I talk. I've been talking like this my whole life.
right.
I mean, you want me to change, start talking fast like a city slicker? I can't do that. I can't do that.
Not
Like
the
them people
city
from New
slicker.
York. Yeah. I mean, I'm just being honest. I can't talk like that because,
Wow.
I have a southern drawl. And that's part of me growing up in the South, in the country. So, I mean, I just can't help it. I mean, only thing I could do is improve and tweak it a little bit, but
That's
I
it.
mean, I'm not gonna change who I am, where I come from.
My
So,
biggest thing was my potty mouth, man.
oh yeah,
Now that
that yeah. But see, that happens though when we in certain units, yeah,
environments, yeah.
environments. Like I was around infantry, and that's all they do. Every second word that came out their mouth was a cuss word, and I had to get used to that. And once you get adapt to that, then you start saying it a lot.
Like I've been doing good, yo. We done had this whole
Yeah,
interview. I ain't cursed not once. At least I don't think so.
yeah.
I
But
can't
yeah,
recall.
I mean, sometimes they do tell us, hey, you gotta watch your mouth. But yeah, sometimes we do have to change our environment depending on what we um like our next location. Like we get around, I normally give like a 90-day assessment. I look around, I observe, okay, who's saying this and who's saying that. If they're not watching the language, and it's one of those smooth environments,
Nice.
now I have to change, right? Because I came from a unit to where they just cussing, cussing, cussing. Now I have to change that mind frame and be like, okay, now I can't say as many cuss words as I used to say, right?
Yeah, man. Being
Yeah.
adaptive to your
Yep.
environment.
Like I said, my last interview, adaptive leadership, right? You have to learn to adapt to your environment. Just like a chameleon. A chameleon, if this a
See, like
chameleon,
camouflage.
yeah, if this chameleon was on my uniform right now, he'll change the color of my uniform. We just have to be that way. We have to be able to adapt to the environment.
And I say it ain't like we changing our personality. That's
Yeah,
just like a more relaxed unit. I could be more so of myself,
self. Yeah.
like who I am outside of this uniform. I can let that out a little bit more,
Hmm.
versus like when I was an instructor, they was like, "Oh, no cussing,
Oh yeah.
like none, zero, zilch, nothing." Y'all, I was struggling because
Yeah.
those soldiers
Oh yeah.
make you want to cuss. You hear me? So,
Yeah.
like, that environment, like I had to tone down
Oh yeah.
my language. You know what I'm saying? But like I am a cursor, y'all, and I am working on it, honestly.
Yeah.
Even outside of the uniform, I'm working on not cursing so much. But yeah,
But
so
like I
I ain't,
said, we not perfect, right? We come from, you know, army is, people got potty mouths. That just the nature of being in the military, right? Being in those certain units, those combat arm units, now you get a reality check when you get to those relaxed units. Now they're like, sergeant or sir, why you saying that and all that? And so now you have to take a look at the mirror and be like, you know what? I gotta change something about myself. Now I'm no longer in those units. Now I have to adapt to what's going on here currently. So we have to be able to do a self assessment on ourselves in order to change our surroundings. So I mean, we just have to take a good look at ourselves and self evaluate ourselves.
facts.
Yeah,
That's a
definitely.
big one. A lot of people ain't
Yeah.
good at accountability, y'all.
Oh yeah, that's why I tell you. I just had an interview on that with one of the sergeant majors about accountability. Integrity. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be truthful because if you don't, that's. I mean, you can't compromise your integrity. That's part of the NCO creed too. So yeah, big facts. So, who believed in you before you believed in yourself?
My mama.
Oh yeah.
My mom and my dad, I say, for sure. Y'all, the army was not my choice at all. Like that was not in my vision at all. Like I got out of high school, I went to college for a little bit. But of course, my mom was very strict, y'all. So I was like the only teenager that had to have a chaperone, and I was like 16, 17. Like, girl, I am almost grown, please. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
relax. But she did not care. Like, I could not go outside unless she was watching me. Like, I didn't, like them stories where people were riding their bike across the world as kids, as long as
Yeah.
they was back by the street lights.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Not my mama, okay?
My grandma, she was the same way. She said, "Terrell, you better not come. You better not let them street lights beat you home." And when I'm telling you, when I disobeyed it, guess what she did? She picked up the phone, called my dad, and like, "Hey, what did mom?" That was his mama. She said, "What did she tell you?" I was like, "Yeah." And sometimes she wouldn't even open the door for me. She just look at the screen door and look at me. Hey, she'll look and be like, "Hey, them street lights on, huh?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am.
Y'all,
They on." Yep.
my mama was strict as hell. It
Yeah.
wasn't no street lights. If she could not see me, I
Yep.
could not go. You hear me? I'm talking about even down the street. If I had to bend the corner
Oh yeah.
and she can't see me, I'm too far. Like, and it was like that up until I got to like 16, 17. I'm not lying to y'all. So just imagine being on lockdown like that, and then I finally go to college. Well, I'm free.
Yeah. Oh, you
All
you got
right.
loose. Yeah, you got wild. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had some encounters where I got
Look,
wild because you so used to being locked down, and now you in college and you
you
got
your own boss.
yeah, you pretty much on your own schedule, and you ain't got nobody to tell you to wake up in the morning, go to class, or this man. You lose your mind. You're like, oh man, I got all this much freedom. But you learn a valuable lesson. That's why I pretty much joined the army. I was like, man, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I said, man, y'all gotta get me out of here. Y'all gotta get me out of here.
Yeah, so like I did go to college for like I think like 2.5
Yeah, I
semesters.
went 2 years.
Yeah, it was one and done for me, y'all. I went a year. So by the time I joined the military, I was 19 going on 20 basically. Like I turned 20 the same year that I joined. So pretty much I don't know, you can say I was 19, 20, however old when I joined. But, well, I guess technically 19, but by the time I got to my duty station, I was turning 20.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, so once I flunked out of college, y'all, I went and got a little job at the mall working selling jewelry. And like I told y'all prior, I am a more masculine presenting person. So imagine me selling feathered earrings. Somebody asking me, "Do you
Yeah,
think these look
look
good?"
good. Yep.
Girl, I don't know.
Well, hey, you
Do
think?
they?
Well, you
Like,
think that's bad, man? I mean, I had a job and before I went to college, I worked at McDonald's, and so I would know the schedule of when the football game, because McDonald's was the hangout spot
yeah.
back in when I was in high school, and you know how people they want to use you once they know you back there. Hey man, hook me up with a double quarter pounder and all that. And I'm like, no, now y'all know who I am now because I'm back here. Now y'all want free
Throw me an
food.
extra fry.
Yeah, like they want me to throw them extra stuff. I'm like, man, y'all gonna get me fired. I'm trying to make money to pay all my senior stuff. I got senior ring, I got cap and gown, I got senior pictures. Like,
Oh, you were working in high school.
yes,
Mm-mm.
my senior year because I only had 3 classes though. I had English, I had geometry, and then I had football. After football season, I only had 2. So at 10 something, I was already at home. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I only had 2 classes.
yeah, it's a no for me. I didn't work until after my failed attempt at college job, and I worked that job until that job went bankrupt. You hear me?
Damn.
So, um, I want to say, like, once that happened, my dad was the first one to say, "Hey, you gotta do something. Either you gotta go get a
Yep.
job or join the military." I was like, "The military? I don't know about that one." You know what I'm saying? Like, they
Yeah.
came to the high school, did the ASVAB. Y'all, when I say that was my time to take a little nap, cause I just circled
Oh
the
yeah,
book
we
and
that
laid
I did
out
the same thing in high
because
school. Yep.
I had
Ambitions to go.
no thoughts of joining the military, not one iota. Okay, so once I was like, okay, and then my niece joined. R.I.P. to my girl, man. But
Yeah.
she was very, very girly, y'all. And she was like, if I can do it, I know you can do it. And I made
Yeah.
it through, you can make it through. So I'm like,
Hmm.
let me just see what he's talking about,
Yeah. Look at you.
And when I got older, literally, like, because the older I get, the more me and my dad talk about stuff. And he was like, I always knew you was going to be good ever since you rode your bike. And I was like, what? What is he talking? Like, where is he going with this? And I'm going to tell you, so I've always pretty much been the youngest everywhere that I was at growing up. Like, I was always the youngest kid in the neighborhood, like one of the young kids. So, everybody in the neighborhood ride around on their bike with 2 wheels. I still had training wheels.
We.
When I tell you they clowned me so bad and it
Yeah.
made me so mad that I called my dad. I said, "Daddy, I want my training wheels off." He was
Mm.
like, "What?" Like, he laughed a little bit. He was like, "Not even just one?" I said, "Both of them. I want both of them off."
Oh.
He said, "Baby girl, you gotta learn how to balance first."
Balance first. Yep.
I said, "Dad, I want them both off." He said, and at first he did try to take out one, and I said, "Daddy, no, that I said both of them."
Yep.
And he said, "I gave you what you wanted." He took out both of the wheels, y'all. He said, you wasn't getting it at first. He said, but then I was riding along, and then I let you go, and you were riding by yourself. And he said, that showed me right then you had the drive to do anything you wanted to do. And I don't know how old I was, y'all, but young. So and that was something he told me like literally this year. So
Oh wow.
when he told me that story, I was like, that makes sense, because I have always been that way. Like, if I have my mind set on something, I'm doing it. Like, it's no
No
turning
and
back.
if buts about
No
it.
turning back. I gotta do it. I gotta make it happen. So, and then like my mom's just always been supportive of everything I've done. Everything.
Yeah.
Like my biggest cheerleader. So those were the two that, like, even when I felt like I couldn't do something, like, they were there to be like, nah, you got it. You know. So,
Yeah. I mean, Whew, you going back to little, but like I said, I grew up in the country. I didn't know what I was set out to do, to be honest with you. To now, it's like I had to think about when I was in college about myself. Do I really want to be a statistic, right? Do I want to be on drugs, or do I want enough willpower to get myself? I say that my last resort was the army. I never thought about the army, right? But just partying and wilding out, my mind was still. I'm thinking I'm mature, but my mind wasn't mature enough, right? And so joining the military, it made me think of a sense of purpose and responsibility. It taught me a lot of things that I wouldn't have learned in college. But I'm thankful for my college experience. But the military has taught me values, and I'm thankful for that. And it gave me a sense of responsibility, even though I stayed in the barracks, because back in the day, don't laugh at me, y'all, but my grandma used to iron my clothes. She used to wash my clothes. But, joining the military, I had to do all that stuff on my own.
That's how my mama was.
Yeah.
My mama did everything. Yeah, if I
Did
ain't want to breathe on my own, I ain't have to.
Yeah, my grandma did everything. She cooked, everything. And just being on by yourself, you have to learn how to do stuff on your own, because if you do everything for somebody till they like well over in their grown age, they're not going to learn how to do anything. So you have to let them loose, like you said. Take those training wheels off and learn how to balance your life without your parents or your grandparents. That's a big key one. So I learned a lot, coming through the military.
For sure.
Yeah, for real. So I got some fast questions for you. You gotta be able to answer these.
Okay.
So, best duty station, worst.
Germany, best. Well, y'all only had this only my fourth duty station. I did like Bragg, and I like South Carolina. So I guess if I had to pick a least favorite right now, probably be Fort Rock.
I can't knock you on that. I think even though I was at Bragg, my first duty station, I love Fort Campbell, hands down. I love Fort Campbell. Yeah, Fort Campbell is a good area. It's not far from Georgia. You got Chattanooga up the street, Nashville 45 minutes. My worst one, it's got to be here, hands down. I hate to say it, Fort Riley. I know we got people that love Fort Riley, but
Man,
I'm just being honest. This has been like the worst duty station
this
for me.
gotta be my least.
Yep, least favorite. Least favorite. Uh, Best MOS, most overrated.
42 the best.
Okay.
You gotta know, human resource is the best MOS
Oh yeah.
ever.
Uh-huh.
You say overrated?
Yeah, overrated MOS.
I don't know. Maybe I don't really know a lot of MOSs that really just love their job outside of human resource for real.
Yeah.
Overrated, maybe I don't know, maybe supply. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I agree with you on the best 42. I love this job. Ever since I reclassed in 2012, I, you know, I wouldn't have loved it if I never would switch over to be a warrant officer. Overrated MOS, I think, is 11 Bang Bang. No, no offense to some of my friends that's infantry, but y'all just get inside y'all head, y'all the ish. But y'all fail to realize y'all can't do it without what sustainment, right? You need sustainment. You need somebody to order ammunition. You need somebody to get that ammunition to you,
They
right?
say everything start and end with the one.
Yep, exactly. So, Promotion you earn versus promotion you survive.
Promotion I earned, I earned all of them. I think I was fighting for my life as an E5 going to E6, I think. Or it's a little. The only reason I say that because I did have some hard times from E5 to E6. Y'all went to a promotion board, and this is what solidifies why I say from 5 to 6. I went to my first promotion board, but I was trying to, because I was in my secondary zone, I was trying to get it while I was in my secondary zone before I got in my primary zone. And I'm like, let me just knock this out before I PCS and go to Germany. So my household goods had already came and everything, y'all. So I went and got me a new uniform and all this good stuff, right? Y'all don't sitting in this board, and one of the board members was like, it's something different about your uniform. And I'm like, what? Like, I literally had just picked this uniform up to y'all like the day prior. Y'all, they sold my name in the U.S. Army on the wrong side. U.S. Army was over here. My name was over
there. Yeah.
They said, yeah, it's over with you. Oh, my goodness. That was, like, the worst. And I had, like, one pinky nail, y'all. Like, at this point, they were just thinking.
Yeah.
But I had one pinky nail. And it wasn't even really that long, but, like, my pinky nails don't snag like the rest of them, but it was one that was, like, maybe, like, right here. And my real nail, y'all, like, it wasn't even, like, it was like, is there any reason why your pinky nail is so long? Because it grew that way. And it was not out of regulation, but they just wanted to pick. After they seen my nails switch, and they was like, you don't have attention to detail. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I had even asked, like, 4 people before this board. I'm like, do everything
look good.
Like,
Yeah, they felt like, oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah. When I got out that board, I went and seen every single one of them personally. I'm like, yo, you ain't noticed something? And they like, nah, what? I said, look at my name tape, bro.
Yeah.
And they was like, oh, wow. But it's something, like, that just goes to show you, like,
Attention to detail. I'm telling you.
attention to details and the things that you don't really pay attention to because you're just so used to it always being right.
Right,
I've had my ranks on since specialist. Like, I always sew my stuff on. I do not like the Velcro Ranger.
Yeah, I don't like Velcro either.
But, yeah, so I would say that strictly because of that. And then a little bit of E6 only because they make you sit at E6 for 4 years. Hate that.
Yeah, I'm glad I ain't had to do that. Like, I went through all them ranks before they started implementing all those rules. I was like, thank God I ain't got to do all
Literally,
that.
right when I made E6, y'all, is when they made that, oh, you got to sit
That 4 years, ooh, that's brutal.
That was my longest rank that I
Oh,
ever
yeah,
set somewhere.
E6, yeah.
Good God.
Yeah. I think my longest rank was E4 because that transition when I first got to the TSC, I kind of got demotivated because I was like, what kind of unit is this?
Yeah.
I was used to those up-tempo units, everything. Now I'm in a unit with full of lieutenant colonel, full bird, sergeant major, CW 5, 4s. It was just so much brass and high ranking around there. It's like I think I was gonna say I lost my sense of purpose, but leaders like Al and them, they just rejuvenated me. And and Sergeant Major Lindsay, come on, Amos, come on, one shot, one kill. If you want the 14 wheel, whore. I was like, dang, Sergeant Major, you amped, ain't you? But yeah, leaders like him that sat me down and talked to me really kind of reeled me back into where I am today. So and I'm thankful for those leaders like that in order to push us as younger future potential leaders to where we are now. Yeah, so appreciate that. Leaders you follow anywhere versus leaders you would rather avoid.
Well, I don't like the name drop, y'all, but I will definitely say the ones that I follow throughout the years. Again, it was definitely Allen. And I hope y'all don't get mad if I leave y'all out, and I probably should have said.
Yeah, please don't get mad. We not purposely leaving you out. It's a lot because we've been in for quite some time and we can't remember everybody's name.
But Allen, Masson Porter, Chief Alonzo, Chief Sanchez.
Oh yeah, I forgot about her.
Um,
CW5 now.
okay.
Yeah. Oh.
She my battle now, but at one point she was my NCO. Soren Lampley. I like the way she did business. This was when I was in Germany.
Okay.
Shit. It might be it for me. And the ones I would follow.
Yeah. You know who you is.
Yeah. And
14, you know who you is.
I got a couple more outside of that too. I got a whole lot more that I want than I will. Okay?
Yeah, I could name a few. Man. Yeah, like I said, Chief Pringle. When I first met her, she was a staff sergeant. She kind of reeled me in, about the 14th and got me on the straight and pair. My battle, Chief Atkinson, we go all the way back to Fort Campbell. Sergeant Major Lindsay. Who else? Sergeant Major Walker. Oh yeah, Sergeant Major Walker. You remember Sergeant Major Walker? He was there, up there with Colonel Williams now. You remember Sergeant Major Walker? Tall. You remember Sergeant Major Walker? We played them in basketball when we was at Kuwait. You remember Sergeant Major Walker. Who else? Chief Harmon. Sergeant Overall. I remember him. It's just so many, y'all. If I skip over your name, please forgive me. Oh my goodness. Sergeant Major Townsend, she was down to earth too. Master Sergeant Davis. Sergeant Willis. Chief Simon. Colonel Benson. Who was the major? You remember the other major? Was it the major?
Major Brinson.
Yeah, Major Brinson. Major Yarbrough, she was cool too. Man, it was Chief Fielder. Chief Williams. You remember Chief Williams? She was from New York. Drill Sergeant too. She made CW5 too. She retired now, I think. Yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell. Chief Allen. Yeah, Chief Allen. Well, not Chief Allen, but Sergeant Allen. Master Sergeant Steele. I remember him. You remember him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was cool.
Captain Williams now. He doing this thing now. He Captain Will on Instagram. Big brother star. So he was one of the ones that that keeps me bounded now, and hey, he motivates me. I'm trying to be like him one day, but hopefully I get there.
Okay, I did leave out. So this one is an honorable mention. Chief Brinson, aka Star. She tall. If y'all know, she like 6'2", y'all. She was never like my direct leadership or anything like that, but I definitely like the path that she took with her career, and the fact that although she was never like anywhere like physically like leading me or mentoring, well, I'm not gonna say leading, mentoring, but like anytime I call her about something, she definitely gave some very good advice or like helped put me on track. So her too.
Yeah.
But my list short, y'all.
Yeah. I mean, I could go on and on, but like I said, I don't want to miss out on anybody's name. So please forgive me if you ever had an impact on my career. If I ever come encounter with you, that you played a major impact on my career. I want to say thank you, and I'm very appreciative because I wouldn't be here without any of your mentorship or advice. So, staying in or out, and why?
I'm in it to win it.
Yep.
I'm already at 13 years, y'all. I got 7 more to go. So with that being said, I'm gonna do 20 for sure. I don't see myself doing more than 20 though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like definitely 20 on the dot.
Died. Okay.
And then like I just feel like I've came too far. I've done too much to just let all that go
Yep.
and then for nothing. You know, like I want a retirement check. Like I want to see something. Yeah, I want to see something all the way through. Like I don't want to give up on anything. This has been my longest relationship in my life, y'all, for real.
Yep.
So I'm in it to win it for the long haul. I'm in depth. And then I say this, I do wish that I took everything a little bit more serious earlier, but like I told y'all, like that first couple years of my career, I was more so on the fence of getting out. So
Yeah.
I didn't really care to do all the hoo stuff, honestly. And then life was just moving, deployment. Y'all, I deployed 3 times. So, yeah. So I say like I do wish that I was further along at this point. Like I get looked at for Mass Sergeant next year, and then that'll
Oh
be
yeah, big up.
that'll be on year 14 for me. But I would preferred if I was getting looked at last year for Mass Sergeant on year 12. But you know everything happened for a reason.
Yeah.
But I am thankful for where I am because y'all, I know it's a lot of days I didn't think I'd be here, honestly. So I'm very grateful for that. So definitely, I'm staying in. I can't see myself leaving.
Yeah. I agree. Like, even though I'm at 17, if you're at 10 years, you just gotta think like it's 10 more years.
And they
Like
go by fast.
it go by quick, I'm telling you. But the only thing is, once you get to 15, it just seems like it just goes slower.
For real, don't tell
Yes,
me that.
yeah. Once you get to 15, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm already at 17. And it's like these
It's
last
just
2 years,
dragging.
yeah, it's just dragging along. But I just take it with a grain of salt. Like, hey, I'm almost there, right? I'm almost at the finish line. At the end of the day, like you said, like we know we're at the tail end of our career, so we have to pass along what we know to, like you said, the young up and coming leaders that's coming up behind us, because we don't want to hog all the knowledge. We want to pass it down, because when we take this uniform off, I mean, all you gonna know us as, oh, Sergeant Ryder, Chief Amos or whatnot. I mean, that's all you're gonna know is we're gonna have a R by our rank, which is retired. But at the end of the day, it's beneficial for you and your family, like to go ahead and do those 20 years, get a pension, or get that VA disability, because that's for the rest of your life. And so, and then if you feel like you still got something to continue on, go get a job. I mean, you ain't gotta go get no corporate job. You can go get a job at Walmart ringing the bell. You know what I'm saying? Hey, welcome to Walmart. But I
Let me
mean,
see your
just
receipt.
but it's just up to you what you want to do after the military. But just make sure you have a plan. CSP is a big one, like help you get somewhat of training before you get out the military. I would say take full advantage of that, because they're trying to crack down on all the requirements and the criteria for it. So just take full advantage of it while you're in. Get all your education while you're in. Cause like once I take the uniform, I'm not trying to go to none of all these schools. I'm done with schools. You know what I'm saying? Because I invested 20 years in this bad boy. Like, I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. So that's just the gist of it.
Hey man, the biggest thing I say I want to speak to my NCOs. Y'all, the NCO Corps is dying. You hear me? I had said something. I said, hey man, sometimes being the backbone is back breaking. Meaning, I remember when a soldier, if I told my soldier, hey, you gotta be, or I say for me, if my NCO told me, hey, you need to be here 15 minutes prior, believe me, that NCO was there 15 minutes prior. We had soldiers fail a PT test or height and weight. Those NCOs were there with those soldiers. Everything I could ever think of, the NCO was there, was present. And presence is one of the bullets on the NCO yard that you get evaluated for. However, I do feel like a lot of NCOs are not present. To a point where I was in a unit, I won't say what unit or how far back, but I was in a unit where I got to this unit, had multiple soldiers that already failed height and weight, but no NCO was doing PT with these soldiers. Right? I had to make NCOs be accountable, and I started, like, a lot of stuff is going to start with you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to be the person to say, hey, this is going to be the schedule. This is what we're going to do. I start showing up. And then I turned to my battle buddy. Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
You going to show too? Like, this is a collective effort. I don't see a lot of that anymore. Like I said, like, NCOs shooting out before the soldiers. Like, that's hard to watch. And I know a big part of it is because of how quickly people are being put into these ranks. Because, they got rid of the step, which means you got to have promotion points. You had to do distant learning. You had to get your promotable status. You had to go to the NCOA. Then you wait for your points. And after you did all of those things, and now you get promoted. Now you don't need the NCOA. You just need a promotable status and some points. And that's making people promote super fast. And a lot of the stuff that made NCOs be looked at in such on a pedestal is the same things that they're turning away from, like discipline. Do not have, and I'll say, like, even coming from, like, having discipline and going somewhere that's a little bit more relaxed, like, not saying going there hard charging, changing everything, but bare minimum, the small things, like still instill that discipline, still have a concept of what you would like, be present. And the same thing, and this is the biggest thing, whatever you expect them soldiers to do, you better be doing it too. Do not have these expectations of these soldiers that you would not do yourself. That's part of NCO creed, right? Do not. Like, having a soldier text you what they doing for PT and they already on height and weight. You not showing up. I can't make it up, y'all. Like, this is real life stuff. Like, because people want to go home to their family. But that's a part of being an NCO. And then that's another thing, time management. You stand at work to 1900, 1800, that don't show me you're a hard worker. That show me you don't have very good time management skills because you could not get your stuff done in your 8-hour shift. You know what I'm saying? Like, you knowing everything, but I go and ask your soldiers something and they know nothing. That's not showing me you a good NCO.
Yeah.
Whatever you know, your soldiers should know, right? Like, little stuff like that, y'all will be amazed. And then follow through, right? Yes, you told this soldier to do X, Y, and Z, but where was your follow through with making sure it got done, right? Because once you get higher up, it does become more of a delegation, more of a structure. You're holding this together. You're creating this plan to make sure you're meeting the intent of your first or your sergeant major, the commander. Like, it's getting done, your OIC, right? But again, be present, and a lot. All that could be fixed with you being present. Honestly, you being present, you showing up, and it might seem like it's hard because it's something that they're not used to. But I promise you, in the end, when they start to see everything that you put in, all the work that you put into that soldier, and they start to see themselves benefiting from everything that you put in, the structure and discipline that you put in to make sure they succeed, that's when they'll understand everything that you did. They ain't gonna understand it when they doing two PT sessions, 3 PT sessions, having to get up early, having to, you know what I'm saying? Like, right then they might hate you. But when they come up off of ABCP, when they start becoming better at PT tests, like, that's when they'll start to see it. And of course, you know that goes over time, and y'all have to follow through, be consistent with it. Don't come in strong and just give up halfway. You gotta be all the way through. And like, when you start to see, like, okay, now they've adapted this mindset. Now that they've adapted my mindset to consistency, presence, and 100% effort. Like I tell my soldiers, I give you 100%, and I will not accept nothing less. You're not gonna give me 95, and I'm giving you 100.
Yeah.
I'm not. Hey, you might want to go somewhere else if you can't give me 100 when I'm giving you 100.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I see a lot of NCOs giving 50 but want 100. Like, that's the wrong answer. So that's my soapbox for that, because it's killing me to see it, man. Like, it's really killing me to see NCOs be that way. Like,
Yeah. And I totally agree. As a previous sergeant first class, I see the decline in, the NCOs taking full the full spectrum of taking care of the soldiers and upheating to the non-commissioned officer creed. That same thing with warrant officers. Like, we got bad reputation, like not being there. Oh, chief drinking somewhere, drinking coffee or something like that. But I try to do the opposite. I try to be there, present at all times, like you say, be present, because soldiers see that if they see a warrant officer or a senior leader always there and going above and beyond, that speak highly of your character, right? And they be like, man, I want to be just like them, right? So, excuse me. So it's all about showing up, being present, right? And like I said, you have to have that drive, that purpose, and that sense of motivation. And us as leaders, we teach, coach, and mentor. So we just have to keep doing that as until we take this uniform off. And then, lastly, like I said, so I'm first class rider, man. My battle buddy since 2013, right?
yeah,
Bragg days. She's a true inspiration, right? She's still going. Been in this game for over 10+ years and still going, trying to make it to 20. Just like me. But like I said, you have to live every day like it's your last. So just live every day like it's Friday. And that's what this podcast is all about, being inspiration and motivating, and hoping we could reach somebody out there that that might be going through something, that might not have that drive, right? Hopefully we said something today or any other day to help you get through what you're going through or through the day, to keep you driving on. And this your boy Smoke, and I'm gone.
We out of here.